We're also hitting where they make missiles and where they deliver missiles. We've struck over 5,000 targets to date, some of them very major targets, and we've left some of the most important targets for later in case we need to do it. If we hit them, it's going to take many years for them to be rebuilt.
President Trump's new threat to Iran comes just weeks after his promise to aid the thousands of protesters in the streets of Tehran. Is this warmongering a clear example of the compulsive fantasy world we live in and have lived in for thousands of years? We want peace, but we cannot help producing war. If so, how do we clear the fantasy and create a lasting peace? Welcome to today's 5D Playbook News Decoder, where we tell the story behind the news. I'm Branton Kenton Dorr. Think of the news as a mirror that reflects a fantasy world that has not got our best interests at heart. In fact, this illusion is a prison that keeps us bound to misery without us ever knowing it exists. Let the 5D Playbook show you how. The bars of the prison are not made of iron. They are made from beliefs we hold about ourselves and how we see the world. As you watch these videos, you're going to see public actors like Trump chained as we are in this prison. It's these binding beliefs which are why they do the things they do. In his inauguration speech, President Trump said that he wanted to be remembered as a president of peace. His actions with Iran just show how deeply bound to the illusion he remains. We're not here to decide if Trump is right or wrong. He is a mirror in which we can see the consciousness of humanity. Use the 5D Playbook to discover what is actually true. War is the projection of pain onto others. It began around 1500 BC when men and women experienced a separation from the gods. Before then, world traditions speak of a golden age of peace and plenty, where the gods were close to man. They also report that when the gods withdrew, that's when our troubles began. To illustrate this, here is a carved image of Tukulti-Ninurta I of Assyria, who reigned between 1243 and 1207 BC. Tukulti has been called the world's first tyrant. Before him there were wars, but nothing on the scale or savageness displayed as Tukulti's armies swept into adjacent lands. Killing for its own sake and the obliterations of towns was something new. Tukulti's behaviour can be seen as the result of the overwhelming pain of his separation. In the carving is standing and then kneeling before an empty throne where his god once sat. Lines from an Assyrian cruciform tablet from around the same time reads, "My God has forsaken me and disappeared. My goddess has failed me and kept at a distance. The good angel who walked beside me has departed." So when Trump goes to war, he is following an age-old pattern of projecting his pain onto others through bloodshed. In other words, we, as a society, remain trapped in an endless loop of compulsive behaviour. If Trump wishes to be remembered as a president of peace, he needs to clear the beliefs that produce the compulsive behaviour and embrace a proven solution. 23 peer-reviewed journals report that in 1989 all major conflicts ended as 8,000 meditators sat down and focused on world peace. The conflicts included the withdrawal of Soviet troops from Afghanistan, the end of the Iraq-Iran war which had killed millions, and most notably and unexpectedly, the end of the Cold War that had threatened the world with nuclear annihilation for over 40 years. Through what is now called heart coherence, these meditators brought peace by interacting with the field from which the world arises. Field level peace then expresses itself as peace in the physical world. Simple, isn't it, as soon as we step out of the illusion? The meditators did not own drones. They did not spend millions on munitions. All they did was sit down and interacted with the field. A few days ago I wrote to Trump suggesting that he pay groups of 10,000 meditators to meditate together twice a day for world peace. This would bring coherence to the field. If you'd like to do the same, I'll include the letter I sent in the description to this video. It's a new day. When the past is gone, anything, including world peace, is possible.